Welcome back to the St. Louis franchise mode. So right now we're on July 1st free agency. Earlier I said I didn't think we really need to sign anyone. We can just get some like depth players to replace some Statsny that we let go, Reeves who retired, and Sanford who we're not gonna sign. But I actually didn't notice we have 10 mil still, and I'll show the lines right now through the trade. We have 10 mil, so I think maybe we should sign like a really good guy. We can sign him for 1 year at like 8 mil, whatever he wants, and then next year we can maybe sign him cheaper or just let him go. So if you look at our forwards, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's our top 6. Let's just say Kraus and Frolik will be the third line. I'm gonna bank on either. Oh wait, I should go by overall. Sorry. So that's overall. So that's the top 6. Frolik, Kraus will be the third line. I'm gonna bank on either Kyrou or like Kyrou, Godin, Musil, Ratcliffe. Hopefully one of those 4 can grow to be our third line center. And then if not, I'm sure we'll still have a little bit more money. Maybe we can sign someone. And then Sabatka can be our 4th line center. So those are our 2 wingers. Nurmi will be the 4th line winger. So then that means that's already 11 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Our 12th guy, I'm gonna try to sign Kevin Hayes. He's only 28 years old, and I'll show you his stats, but he can produce in the playoffs, so that's good for us. He's gonna play in the top 6, and maybe I guess Gallagher will just be demoted to the 3rd line, and we'll figure it out later. But yeah, you have about 10 mil, so I'll go back. If I get free agents here, Kevin Hayes is the best right winger right now, so I'm gonna try to go for him. He's only 20 years old too, so maybe we can sign him next year. And I'll show the stats. The regular season, he's alright. 62 points, -14. I mean, that's okay. Whatever. He probably plays 2nd or 3rd line, maybe even 1st line on Boston when he played for them. But those stats are pretty good. Moving the playoffs. I don't think he played in the playoffs this year, but like the last couple of years here, 10 points, 12 games, 10 points, 11 games. Like that's pretty much point per game. So he can produce. Even this year, 18% shooting percentage. So I feel like he might be a playoff guy. And we don't have a power forward in the top 6, so he might help out. So I'll go for him. I'll just sign him for 1 year. I'll give him something 8.5. Hopefully he'll sign to that. I'll give him 8.9. Hopefully he'll sign to that. Then we'll have just about 2 mil maybe, in case we need anyone else for depth. So there's that. I'm just gonna go to right wings real quick. Prospect right wings. We don't really have much right now, so I'm just gonna sign. There was one guy. It was Ott. I'll give him. Hopefully he signs. There was another guy too, I believe, and Dreger. I'll give these 2 guys a shot. They're not 100%. They might sign with someone else, but should I sign this guy too? Mogilny, 72 overall. Rogers. Wait, wasn't that guy we traded? Rocky Rogers. We traded him away to. Oh, we traded 3 prospects away. Was it for Ryan Murray? Yeah, and freaking Columbus never signed him. Okay, I guess we'll pick him back up. Rogers, hope you'll come back on the team. I'm sorry for trading you. Hopefully there's no hard feelings. So I'm sure at least one of them will sign. And yeah, Yakupov didn't sign with Montreal. Yeah, I guess I'll send him a couple days and see if they sign. Hopefully they do. Lawrence Ott signed with us. That's good. Chris Dreger and Rogers. So all 3 right wing prospects signed. Okay. Now we might have an extra 1 or 2 right wings. I didn't think all of them would sign. Okay, let's see. Nice. Kevin Hayes. 1 year at 1.9 mil. So let's just look at our salary real quick. I think we should have just under 9 or just over. I mean 2 mil. Oh, 1.5 mil. Okay. Still some top guys, but I'm sure we can use that money to sign like a depth guy like Sissons or something, if he's still available. Yeah, let's sim to the beginning of the year. We're at the start of season 5. Hopefully I have enough time to finish 15 seasons before NHL 18 comes out in about a month, or not even a month, maybe like 3 weeks from now. If I don't have enough time, I'll probably just end it at 10 years or wherever I end off. It's no big deal. So let's look at the team, see if anyone has improved. Nobody wanted to sign Sanford, so it looks like I'll just trade him for a draft pick or something. Roster moves, yeah, since he's pissed off, so there's no point signing him. Goalies, Fitzpatrick didn't grow shit. He only 85. I think like during the season he grew to like 87. I think last season he had pretty good regular season. No, never mind. His regular season stats were okay. But I mean, that's his first year as a starter. So hopefully his second year will be great. His playoff stats are always really good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Last year was ridiculous, but we still lost, unfortunately. But yeah, he still gets another shot. Bernier was good last year. Defenseman. So that's our D. Schmaltz grew a little bit. That's good. We got 4 years. So yeah, 4 years, 5.7. It's awesome. Murray. How much years? 1 more year, 3.3. Maybe you trade him. I don't know. He didn't grow as much, but then I mean he's producing. Last year it was like plus. You know, like last year. Or the year when we got him, it was like negative 26, I think. And then when we got him, his plus minus got a little bit better. Then he got 8 points plus 28 last year, which is really good. Dunn, he didn't grow much. Hayden, depth D. No, I think Bertuzzo should still play. He did pretty good, plus 15. Hayden probably just has better skating and physicality. Yeah, just his physicality and skating is a little bit better than Bertuzzo. That's why his overall is a little bit higher. But Bertuzzo's defensive skills get a little bit worse. 83 defensive awarenesses now. I think it was at like 85, 86 before. See if anyone grew here. Nope, nothing. So I guess these 3 will be our, or 6 will be our defensemen AHL. Hopefully Addison and I think Cap grow. Cap was the guy I traded for a high AHL top 2. High AHL top 2. So hopefully these 2 guys can grow. Salo and Hedberg I drafted year 1. Manta I got waivers from Edmonton. Let's go to right wings. Bear, Dredger, Rogers, and Ott. I signed all 3 of them. And Dadnov, yeah, I drafted him year 1, I think. Because no one grew in the AHL. Tarasenko, Gallagher, Hayes, Frolik, Nurmi. Alright. So I guess Hayes I'll let him play second line. I'll drop Gallagher to the third line. And then Frolik probably 4th line, but whatever, I don't care. I don't really care if he gets angry. Schwartz, Fabry, Krause, Bodka, PRV. You can go down PRV. In the system, Costin, I think he grew a tiny bit. Hopefully, he's still like 21 years old. He still has lots of time to grow. Gadovich, Beret, Diets are there. Centers, Suzuki. Oh, I didn't grow much. Fuck. He had a pretty good rookie year though. 46 points. That's good. Kyrune. None of these guys really grew much. Back to the NHL. Musil. He's considered 4th only because of his physicality. But I mean he can play. Maybe Musil will be the 4th line center. Wait, let's get Godin. Is he 4th line center? He's still considered a minor. I'll edit the lines if I feel like Musil isn't ready. I'm sure I can use that. We have 2.3 mil. I'm sure I can use that to sign like a depth, like an older veteran as a center. We'll see. I'll edit the lines real quick. Here's what the year 5 St. Louis Blues looks like. So first line, same as last year. Second line, we add in Kevin Hayes now with Suzuki and Schwartz. Hopefully he plays well for us. I dropped Gallagher on the third line. I signed Carlson. It was weird. Carlson, I was thinking to sign him as a depth player, like an injury player. He was like 79 overall, but I guess he was pissed off. But he ended up being 84 overall, and he's pretty good puck skill shooting. Like everything's pretty good. The only thing bad I see is his face-offs, which is 60. Gallagher, 70 face-off. Krause, 72 face-off. But whatever, I'll just leave Carlson, see how they do. It'll be Krause third line. Sanford, I didn't even sign him. The game just made me sign him. So the game just made me sign him for 1 year, 1.57. So I thought he should just play. At first, I put Nurmi in here, but I guess Nurmi, that's the guy I traded Gunnarsson for from Ottawa. So he's still a depth forward. So I'll just let him play scratched. Yes, because Sanford, he's not happy right now. He's actually not pissed off anymore. He's just like a neutral face. But last year he got 28 points on the fourth line. So that's pretty good. That's career high. So I'll just let him play again. He'll play with Sabatka and Frolik. The forwards defense exactly the same as last year. I guess Schmaltz grew a tiny bit. Dunn might have grown a tiny bit. This is pretty much the same. There's that 4-man power play. PK, I got Frolik and Gallagher on. They both got pretty good defensive skills. They're 86, 84, 87, 87, 85, 87 for the defensive awareness, shot blocking, stick checking. 3-man's like that. Extra attack, or 4-on-4. It's like that. 3-on-3s like that. Extra attacker. Tavares and Suzuki are 2 centers. Shootouts like that. Goalies, you have Fitzpatrick and Bernier again. Scratched. Yeah, so it's Nurmi and Hayden's going to be our depth defensemen. AHL, Costin, Kyrou, Bear, Dadnov, Ratcliffe, Bure. Hopefully Ratcliffe grows to be like a third line center or something. Gordon's, I guess overall is better than him, but then like Ratcliffe's considered a fourth line forward, probably because of his skating and physical. So that's why I just put him on the second line. Gadovic, Godin, Rogers, Dreeder, Craig Christensen, and Dietz. Oh no, it's not going to be Craig Christensen. It's going to be Musil. I actually was thinking about playing Musil in the NHL, but then since Carlson ended up being 84 overall, and the game automatically signing Sanford, I had to bring Musil down. And Musil is actually going to play on the fourth line center in the NHL, but I guess I'll do here now. Defense, Salo, Mantha are 2 top guys. Neen, Hedberg, Addison, and Cap. So we got a lot of high potential guys this year. We got 4 of them. So hopefully they can grow. I guess special teams, whatever. There's all the special teams. Goalies, Laxo, and I ended up signing Tarasov. So that's the goalie that Detroit signed. He's 1 overall better than our other guy. So I'll just let these 2 play and see what's up. I just let Laxo play since he has the backup potential. So he has a better chance of growing than Tarasov. I'm pretty sure backup's better than fringe starter. Unless it's like, I guess elite, then starter, then fringe starter, and then backup. But whatever. And scratches. I got Payarvi signed. And Craig Christensen and Ott signed are my only actual signed guys. So there's that. Yeah, so let's get the year started. Let's look at captains real quick, see if it changed. Should be Peaches, Tavares, and Tarasenko, yep. Okay, we're good to start. So we're at the start of Season 5 against the Winnipeg Jets. Again, in preseason, we went 5-1 again. We even got the 1 loss against Winnipeg, so we went 5-1 preseason in the last 2 years after winning the Cup. So maybe that's like a bad luck curse, I don't know. So yeah, let's get it started. Looks like this year the top 6 is pretty much the same. I said the only difference, our bottom 6 might be a little bit better with Gallagher and Frolik now. That's 5, 7, 7, 10. Okay. Yeah, so I guess our center is a little bit weaker now since Suzuki didn't grow much, but he's in his sophomore year. Hopefully he doesn't get the sophomore curse. But yeah, unfortunately we lost Statsny. We replaced him for Carlson, but it's not much of a difference. I guess I can show again after, but this year our third line isn't really a goal scoring one. It's more of like a defensive one because we have Kraus, who's a power forward, Carlson, who's a 2-way, and Gallagher was also a 2-way. I guess the roles aren't like goal scoring like snipers and playmakers, but if you look at the offensive stats, they're actually pretty good still. So they can score. And then fourth line, yeah, there's a little bit of a boost since we had Ryan Reeves, who was just pretty much a grinder, who was 80 overall. But now we have Frolik, he's considered second line forward, so he should be able to score. Sanford got 28 points last year, so he should get more points. And the same with Sabatka, he should get some more points too, playing with Frolik, hopefully. So starting off 4-4-2, not bad. We got some wins. We got wins against the Pacific, especially against the Central. Winnipeg there, Minnesota, Colorado. Got a point in Chicago. Not bad. Let's get Bernie in. Oh, Dallas 8-2-2 this year. All right, so Bernie's back in. Or I guess he's in for his first game. Let's see how he does against the top team, Dallas Stars. Oh, let's go for the draft. This year, oh, nice 3-0 win for Bernie. Good job. This year, I haven't traded any draft picks yet, I think. So we still got our 7 draft picks. Where are we? We're still 12. So yeah, looks like Central's a good. Central's gonna be stacked again, fortunately. So Fitzpatrick, let's get him back in. This is Fitzpatrick's second full year. He hasn't grown much, but it's his second full year. He's only 22 years old, so hopefully last year was a good. He learned a lot last year. Hopefully this year he can pick it up, play a lot better, because his stats last year in the regular season weren't the greatest. His playoff stats are always pretty good, but regular season does not show the same. Okay, so let's give him another 10 games. San Jose, we get a loss. Let's beat these Central teams. Not the greatest starters last year. I wonder if we're still in President's Trophy contenders this year. Montreal's good. Good for them. They were last. Were they? No, I think they were either last or second last last year. They got a top 3 pick. This year they're starting off pretty good. We're getting losses though. Chicago's really good. That's weird. 7-0 win, 7-3 loss. Winnipeg. Okay, nice win against the second best team, against the Philadelphia Flyers, who lost against Edmonton. Edmonton Stanley Cup champs. Let's see what their record is. Does it show? 13-9. Okay, that's a good start for them. I wonder if it was either McDavid or Draisaitl, because last year Draisaitl was a beast. Let's look at this. I probably don't need him, no. Oh my god, I totally forgot. Let's look at the awards. I forgot about the awards. Fitzpatrick gains morale. Good job. Nice. We're getting lots of wins. Let's get another one against Philly. Nice. Okay, so these last couple of games we picked it up. We won a lot. Okay, let's look. I totally forgot about the awards. So we know Edmonton won the cup. Philly was second place. I think Tavares won the Hart again. He won the MVP, all those awards. The AHL was the Stockton Heat. I think that's Calgary's AHL team. Oops. Oh, let's go to AHL. Calder. Yep. Oh my god, what the heck is all? I've never looked at all these. What the hell is this? Frank S. Mathers, Norman, Player Awards. Okay, Lee Cunningham. I've actually never looked at this ever. Harry Hap Holmes. Okay, let's go back to NHL, wherever. So yeah, so we know that Edmonton won the cup. Good for them. So Art Ross, Tavares, second year. Hart, second year. Tavares. Norris, this year's Juho Levy. He probably won the Calder as well. Yep. Lady Bing's Ehlers this year. Conn Smythe, Cam Talbot. Nice, good for him. Man, he looks stoned in his picture. Vesna, Dubnik. William Jennings, Dubnik. Masterton, Chitrin. Selke, Bergeron. Ted Lindsay, Tavares again. Richard, Tavares again. So I got the same 4 trophies. Good for Tavares. But only past the first round in the playoffs. Okay, so those were the 10 games for Fitzy. Let's get what's his name? Bernier and Bernie. Let's call him Bernie. Bernie and Fitzy. So Bernie will play. Who is it? Winnipeg. They're a good team. Their record, they're only 1 point ahead of us. It's still pretty close. We're only 2 points behind second place. 7 points behind the number 1 Chicago Blackhawks, who eliminated us last year. I'm surprised they're better. Maybe they're younger guys. They had a few young forwards, so maybe they grew. So remember in retirements, Duncan Keith retired. Salo, I'll just replace him. Go for the scout. Yeah, Duncan Keith retired, so they lost the. I mean, he wasn't that good. I think it was like 84, 83 overall, so he's already dropping, but he's still a decent defenseman. Chicago Wolves were, I think, 10-12, so that's okay. Yeah, so only 3 points behind now against second place. Let's get Fitzy back in. Anyone grew a bit? Nope. Fitzpatrick grew 1 overall. Last year Schwartz was at like 88 overall. I think Fabry also grew to 88. Okay, so let's give Fitzy another 10 games. 13, 8, and 2. Yeah, I got a feeling this year we're not going to be top in like power play, goals against, all that. So it's 5, 6, 10 up to this Vancouver game. After this game, I'll check the stats and see how we're doing. Nice 5-1 win. We beat Colorado twice this month. Salo's back. I'll get him back in. He's one of our top prospects. I think he's only a top 6 potential, but he can grow. On my high 7th, that's still pretty good. I consider him one of our top prospects. Montreal's probably first in the East, 17, 10, and 1. Boston, we signed their Kevin Hayes. Hopefully, he loses. Okay. At least we're losing the East. Get some wins back when we're back home in the West. Columbus is pretty good. That's 4 losses in a row. Got a point though. Toronto's good. I think Toronto's always been pretty good, but they always get eliminated like the first or second round. Okay, we got points in our last 3. Come on, let's win. Oh, come on, what's happening? Florida, let's get some wins back. We want like a 4-game losing streak. No, we want a 5-game losing streak actually. Okay, we want some games near the end. And we got a couple overtime losses. Okay, so I think this is Bernier's game. Okay, so not as great of a start as the last couple of years, but we're only 1 point behind second place. And yeah, Chicago is pretty good, 10 points ahead of us. Yeah, so we're about a little over a quarter. So let's look how we're doing. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be top for anything this year. St. Louis, we're 15th, so we're right in the middle. Goals 486. Yeah, we're near the bottom. What happened to our scoring? Goals 2.61. Yeah, it's near the bottom. Goals against. Or we're doing okay. So it's weird. This year we're doing pretty good. I mean, goals against were always pretty good, but now we're actually near the top like 3. We're usually like between 5th place to 10th place in goals against. Now we're actually pretty good for goals against, but we can't score. Our goals against is probably really good because of Frolik and Gallagher. Even Carlson had pretty decent defensive stats too. So that power play is still up there, 22%. Penalty kills not the greatest, 79. Oh, it's like just in the middle. I probably have to look at that. Okay, let's go to the individual stats real quick. I'll see what I have to change. Probably the PK has to change a bit. Maybe even the power play. 31 points. Yeah, not the greatest here. These guys are usually more than point per game at this point. Not. So Tarasenko, Fabry, they're still doing good. Hayes, Schwartz, Suzuki. I mean, that's okay. They're plus, so they're playing well. Gallagher, 15 points with Kraus and Carlson. That's good. 4th line, they're doing all right. They're not getting as much points though. Maybe our defense are getting a lot more points. 19, 13, 13, 6, 6, 3. I mean, not bad. We're just like an average team, I guess. Fitzpatrick, 2.3, 923. Get better than last year. Bernier has pretty good stats. Maybe I should give Bernier some more starts. Because since Fitzpatrick is still a really young guy. Yeah. I'll end it here. I'll think of some line changes. Maybe give Bernier a few like extra games since Fitzpatrick. He's still a young guy. Yeah. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.